All right, all right, all right. What is up, everyone? Good evening. I'm Jeremy with LSAPC. We're going to talk all things Drop Arcade tonight, give all the updates, anything new or exciting, or maybe lack thereof. It's a little bit stale right now. There's not a lot going. I wanted to go live earlier this week, but there's not a whole lot going on. So we're just going to kind of go over some of the basics and talk about, how many NFTs have been burned, how many, what the leaderboard looks like, where my position is. I haven't added anything to it since the last time we did a drop, or since we last time we did an update. So what's up, Big Easy? How are you, brother? I haven't done an update in hell almost a week, I guess. So what's up, Shaver? I do know what the first question is. What is an NFT? Yes, that is the question. And I'm surprised that it took that long to come up in the chat. But yes, here we are. We're going to talk Drop Arcade. We're also going to talk about a couple of different websites where you can go and do some tracking and different things. I've kind of looked into a little bit more some of these trackers that are out there and want to share those with you. And then I also have something a little bit more fun up my sleeve that we're going to go after just because. And you'll see how that comes up as we go through these trackers here in a little bit. But what's up, Jeremy Knapp? Good evening. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. It's almost like I'm predictable or something. Yes, because if you wouldn't have asked it, Mark Schaefer would have asked it. It was going to happen one way or another. But yeah, so let's get into it. We're going to go over to the Drop Arcade and look at any of the new stuff, what's happening, and here we go. All right, so we have the Drop Arcade. As you can see, my current ranking is 176th. And so I have certainly dropped down out of that 150, but I'm still sitting comfortably at 176. My season score is 45,802. Items converted 970. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I haven't burned 970 items, but there's that. And then available, oh, that's how many I have maybe. And then available points, 433,008. I did move all of my April Fool stuff over to a different wallet so that it's not in there. That way you can kind of see what's really tracking it within the Drop Arcade. Total players 2,543, and we are up to 1,427,179 items converted and or burned, gone from existence. So points converted 62,870,680. 333rd place is has a score of 34,854, and there are 68 days, 7 hours, 56 minutes, and 14 seconds left in this arcade. So we can jump down. Here's the top of the leaderboard. Actually, I'll show you this first. No movers within the top 5. Looks like that's the same order as the last time we went live. So we're still sitting pretty strong there. And then we can jump down to my rank. We are down to 176. So as we normally do, we'll try to get into the top 150. 150 is sitting at 48,810 points. We're at 45,802. So we will burn a few things and just get, 3,000 points, a little over 3,000 points to get into that 150th, top 150 spot. So we'll get into that here as well. And then if we go down to the bottom, you can see rank 333, sorry. HAVOOC.DP is sitting at 34,854, beating out 334 by 2 points. Just two. What's up, Milky? How are you? I'm reading comments on my phone. Sorry. What's up, Kenneth Bird? Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, so that is where 333 is. And then if you drop to the very bottom of the leaderboard, you're going to see all of these 8-pointers. 8 points, get your sticker, get involved, and play the game. So everybody who's in this with one NFT burn is going to get that sticker for participating. So if we look at the overview, what I'm talking about here is view all prizes. These are the drop stickers here, season 1. We have the ranked 1 position, ranked 2, ranked 3. This is the sticker you will get for being in the top 333. And this is the sticker NFT you will get for being a participant. So if you haven't participated, burn your 1 common NFT and set yourself up to get this Acrade Participant Season 1 sticker. I think it's pretty cool. And then, of course, we're all fighting for this limited to 333 piece Freddy Funko as Droppp Monster right here. Very limited piece. Cool, great box. Love the design. Love the whole setup of it. So very cool. We'll go back to the leaderboard. We'll go back to the top of the leaderboard, and then we will actually come back over here and talk about a few other things. So we're going to take this down off the screen because I do want to get into some other things. There's some trackers that are really cool. We learned about last week, one that I've been following for a long time, but one we learned about last week. The one that I've been following for a long time has had some changes, and because of that, I was a little unfamiliar with how it's working now, but I'm up to date, up to speed. My USDC is up from 72 to 89 this week. Yes, that's what I meant to show you guys that as well. So this is, that's a great call, Milky. Thank you. My value, 3368.56. So you can see that my value has gone up a little bit as well. I don't know. So I started at 32. Let's see, where was I? 32.54. We're at 33.50 or 33.68. Now there have been some additions like these packs, and I will explain what those are about here in just a little bit. So get excited about that because we're going to be ripping those tonight. Almost doubled since Acrade started. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I love about this whole Acrade thing is just that value. We're seeing the inflated value of what is remaining. And we're still so early, it's not even really done a dent. Now, that first wave definitely made a difference. The wave towards the end, when I think people are going to jump in and go buy up a bunch of stuff on the market and try to get in that top 33 at the last minute, I think that that's going to drive these things up drastically, and we'll see kind of where it lands from there. But I'm super excited about that. And if I should say, if anybody wants to join me tonight, I'm happy to talk about it. If you have any input on the Droppp Acrade or what you're doing, let me know. I'm always open to guests on the channel. And as we talk about this thing, I know there's a lot of people out there that know a lot more than I do. But Mark Schaefer says my value is still 0. Yes, it is. Sadly, it really is, because your box is stuck in Dallas or wherever the hell it is. I haven't checked it today, but I hope it moved. I hope it moved. We shall see. But it'll be there. It's coming. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Acrade. Now, I do want to get into a little bit more about these other things that we've got to show you. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to, what's up, Johnny Sachs? I'm going to stop that screen share. I'm going to go to a new screen share. I'm going to find a window that we can talk about here. So we are going to talk next about Pop and Stock Tracker, the popandstock.com tracker. And here's what it looks like. So if you go to popandstock.com, you come up on this overview page, and you can toggle between inactive and active. So anything under the active is obviously still in the redemption process or still in the collecting phase. So this is what's still out there right now that people are collecting that hasn't gone to full redemption yet. Inactive is going to be anything that has taken place before us. So it has every one of the NFT drops and what is going on there. So right now it's toggled to Grail. We can switch that to anything you want. You can switch it to 101, Legendary, Mythic. You can switch it to packs. So for example, if you switch it to packs, you can look through here and find out what the original supply was, how many are burned, and how many there are left, and how many are listed. I believe this is the listed. So there's over 25 packs listed currently. Oh, no pick. You don't see it? Hang on. I didn't share it to the screen. That's why. So let me go back and start this whole dang section over. All right. Let's get it on the screen. I'm an idiot. Okay, now it's on the screen. Yeah, someone send a bat signal out. I've got it. I'm so sorry. We are here. Who have I missed? What's up, popping in the Show Me State? How are you, brother? Good to see you. Okay, now we're on the same page, right? Okay, so now going back to this, if you go to popandstock.com, this is what page you're going to come to. This is the overview page. And how it works is right here, you have an inactive and an active. You can toggle between the two. This is everything that's active right here. And that is currently collecting. And then if you toggle it to inactive, you can go through all the sets that are from the past. So here we're going to go. You can switch it from Grail to packs to Ultra, Legendary, Grail, etc. So if I'm looking at packs, for example, you can see here like this promo pack for Big Boy. There were 8,700 of them originally. 51.99 have been burned, which is either opened or burned upon, if they didn't sell out. And then left are 3501, and there are more than 25 available to buy. So, all right, I'm keeping up with the chat now, guys. I'm sorry, I neglected you all for a moment, but hopefully we're all here on the same page. You can do all kinds of other things. So if you look at Grails, for example, you can see the Rocco Grail from Nickelodeon. There were 999 of them. 955 have been pulled. There are still 44 out there. And somebody have to help me on the quantity. I'm not real sure what that's about. But so then you can go up here, go to set completion. You can put in a wallet address, such as that one. I can go to any series that I want. Let's see what I can find here. Well, we'll just go TMNT Series 1 and then submit. It's going to give you all the information on this wallet that you put in here. So here in a moment, it is thinking. Okay, so completed sets, I have one. Completed set status, 4 of 96, 92 cards missing for the second one. Cost to complete, $54.18. Value of the cards owned, $1.96. And then I have, these are the cards that I have, and then extra cards that I own. I'm not sure that's entirely accurate, and we can check that on Droppp, but I don't think that's entirely accurate, but I could be wrong. It might be. So I feel like I have more than that of TMNT Series 1, but I probably don't. That's set completion, so you can go through any set you want. You can also go through any wallet you want. That's cool. So if you're looking up somebody or you want to know something about somebody's wallet, you can always put it in there and check it out. Market Watch is a fun one. Market Watch, you can go in here to a collection. Let's just go to Bob Ross and submit. You're going to see minimum USD spread, $3. I think it shows in there. Okay, so here's what we got. So list of cards in the collection. Here we got standard pack, premium pack first, and then all the cards down below that. And you're going to see like drop price. So for this Freddy Funko Common #1, drop price is 10 cents. Wax price, which would be Atomic Hub, is 4 cents. There's 6 cents difference between the two in USD. This is the value of what drop wax would be. This is regular wax, and this is the spread between the two. But you can see here that some of these on Droppp are higher than what you could go over on Atomic Hub and buy. And then in some areas, it goes the opposite direction. So it might be more expensive on Atomic Hub and cheaper on, I'm looking for an example here. Now they're pretty consistent across the board, but USDC is still easier to get than, yeah. So here you got $3 on Droppp, $5.55 on Atomic Hub, and that's where you'll see some of these prices vary between the two and what the spread is. So you can track that here, and you can do that with any set. You can look at the redemption tokens. You can look at the royalty cards. You can look at the series coins. Again, series coins for Bob Ross are $10.95 over on Droppp and $8.92 over on Wax. That's a good solid price for that coin. So that is that. And then over here under more options, there is a reward system. If you, I think it's going to open in a, okay. No, there's a reward system that you can get involved in. Pretty cool. Definitely check that out. There's also the Digital Pop Kingdom has a Discord that you can go over, and there's the link to it. Climbing Moons tools, which we're going to get into here in just a second. Climbing Moon was in here last week with us and talked about that, and I showed it for a brief moment. You can look at the Mint leaderboard. So I think, let me click it. Yeah, that opens in a different tab, so I'll have to show that separate. But you can go in and look at, who ranks where on various sets, because there is a leaderboard based on the low mint that you have in your inventory. There's a link to the Droppp Discord, Digital Funko, which is Droppp, and all of that stuff. So you've got all of that stuff over here on Pop and Stock Tracker, and I think that is a pretty amazing tool to have. Yeah, it's a pretty cool setup, and it's an amazing tool to have, a great resource that you can kind of plug away and look into and play with. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And we'll get into Climbing Moons here in just a second as well. I just wanted to catch up on any chat that I missed. And again, apologize for doing that for about 3 minutes and not having it shared on the screen. So we're going to stop sharing on that one. We'll get loaded up here on the other one. Let's get over here. All right, Funko 1 of 1 Hunter. Yeah, see, when I click share, it goes straight to that other tab, and then it makes it look like I am, but it didn't actually add it to the screen. So that's what the problem is. So this is the tool, this I'm about to share with you is the tool that Climbing Moon shared with us last week. It is a very cool tool as well. I'm going to go back here to, let me do one thing real quick. Okay, Wax Tools, Funko Tools. One second here. Okay, so let me share with screen and we'll get into this. So next up we have the Climbing Moons tool, and that is going to be over on climbingmoon.com. It's going to come up with a couple of different tools. You got the wax tools. You can look through that. I don't use that. Funko tools. You can get all this information. You can get legendary set check, royalty set check, grail set check, coin check, etc. So if we go to royalty set check, you'll see you can put a wallet in here and submit. Make sure that you guys are seeing this. Yes. You will see that this is all the royalty NFT set checker. I have 43 of the 64 royalties owned. I need to work on the rest of those. And you can see here all the ones that I have. So here I've got 5 of the retro comic. I've got 3 of the Transformers, 4 of the Scooby-Doo. I mean, there's a bunch of numbers here, but then you can see down here is where I get into the, don't have the sets completed yet, but you can track the sets, the royalty set checker. You can do that by wallet address, which you can find a wallet address you're interested in and look it up as well. Another Funko tool that I like, which is what I was kind of hinting at earlier, is this 1 of 1 still available in the following 75 pack bonus slot pools. So what 1 of 1s are left available in the market? So you can see here, big boy, there is, big boy Freddy. There is still one out there. I think it's the silver one. And here is the cost of the packs. This is the odds of pulling it. This is what's been burned. This is the total remaining packs and how many people hold packs. So this one here is out there, right? You could still pull that 101 if you went back and bought packs. Here's the one I'm interested in. I've got the Fantastic Plastic Series 1 drop. This is Max Psych, and I believe it's the bronze edition. But there is 1,291 packs remaining. Odds of pulling it are 0.01. So I bought 5 packs, and we're gonna see what happens. We'll check it out. But here you can see Bob Ross. Still one of those available. Actually, there's 2 from the Bob Ross collection. All 3. Is that right? All 3 from the Bob Ross collection. So you can just go down and see what 101s are still available. You can do that over on Pop and Stock as well. I meant to show you because I went and verified this information between the 2, and they are both accurate. So then if you want to support the site, you can go over here and click support this site, which is coming soon. So nothing to share there yet. But that is another cool resource there. See what these are. Pack evaluations. We got premium packs, 36 current price, so 36.15. Current price is 48.38. And well, you can go through here and check it out. You got retail price, profit and loss, retail price, return on investment, all of that. This is a great tool to look at as well. Very useful information. Pretty cool. Mark says, I predict you pull the 101. Boy, that would be pretty freaking awesome. I'm not even going to lie, especially to do it right here on a live stream. That'd be pretty cool. And we're going to open those packs because, I mean, why not? Let's rip some packs. Wouldn't it be fun? So let me present again. Stop that one. Share screen. And I got to swap it back over to Droppp. And then share it with you guys. All right. So we got 5 packs. 5 packs right here of Fantastic Plastic Series 1. We're chasing the 101. So we're going to rip one now and see what happens. See if we can't pull some magic. I doubt it. 0.01% chance. But, the more packs that get open, the closer somebody is to pulling it. So let's make it happen. What's up, Landmark? Absolutely, we're going to rip these packs. We're going to rip them, see what we can get. Let's do this. I got pack number 49965622. Well, you see the pack numbers. We're going to open this one right here in the middle, both because it's in the middle and because it's number 3. And there is a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. Let's go. 3 cards. I also need a couple epics. All right, I don't know. I think I have all of them. So here we go. All right. Card number 1. Common Max Psych. So that's the one we're looking for. We're just looking for it in that 1 of 1 condition. So we shall see. Number 2. We got the rare Psycho Shriner. That's a pretty cool one too. I like the animations on these. These go way back to the beginning. Last card in this pack. Boom, the uncommon Max Psych. You guys know that that's good with me because I am a Max Token Head collector, and that will just add to those that I have. So nothing in pack 1. We'll go ahead and open a second pack, and then we'll hold off on the other 3 for just a minute and just go back and chat for a bit. All right, here we go. Card number 1. Uncommon Freddy Devil. Love it. That one's actually really cool. The epic one of that is pretty badass. Next card, we got the Epic Auto. Very cool. Very, very cool. I love the 8-ball and the wrench. Those of you that know me know the Magic 8-ball story. So Freddy Devil common. Nothing in that one. So, or I mean, not nothing, but didn't pull the 101, but we still have 3 more packs. Yes, I did just buy them. Bought them over on, I'll show you that as well because that one was a little bit off as far as what it said the pricing was. Let me pull this up. Go window, go Atomic Hub, share. Okay, so over here on Atomic Hub, once I share my screen, over here on Atomic Hub, if I go to you can just type in plastic. But if I go to plastic.funko and go to packs, then I can sort it to series 1 or series 2. I got series 1 because that's what it's in, and packs are $2.82. They were actually a little cheaper than that. You can see I bought out the floor, and they go up to $3.29 after that. So, there's a little. Then you could buy it all the way up to here at $4.50. Then they jump to $6 and $7 from there. So they're only going to get pricier. There's a few packs left here down at the $2.82 mark. But if that's if you want your shot at 101, that's how you're going to get it. That is how you're going to get it. You're going to have to buy a pack. You're going to have to rip a pack. If you're holding a pack, you're going to have to rip a pack. If you don't want to rip it, you just want to hold it, who knows? Maybe it's in there. You guys can see that I no longer have my Freddy as Drop Monster over here. It's actually over there now. So, which is, really just this. But I did add two of my favorites from the collection back over here. Have the autographed Art the Clown and my Captain Spaulding. So I am missing one that I need to add to that set. If anybody knows where I can find Twisty the Clown, hit me up. I need a Twisty. But yeah, so back to the Droppp Arcade. All right, let's go back to the Droppp Arcade. Shall we? Let's go. I'm going to set this up here real quick before I share the screen and share the screen. Okay. That shows me literally nothing. Why is that screen blank? We'll remove that. I will stop it and redo it one more time. Window. Well, now it is not showing up at all. So, okay, so screen, share screen, window, and it is not there anymore. Weird. Can't share my screen, so you guys are going to have to bear with me for just a moment. We'll keep trying. There it is. Okay, we got it back. We got it back. And then we'll rip those packs here in just a second too. So, all right. So again, 1.4 million burned or converted NFTs. Total players 2543. Still have 68 days. So what are your guys' thoughts? Because my thoughts are, I know that Droppp probably has something up their sleeve to stimulate the market, to get people out there buying again or something. I know there's going to be some surprises along the way. Do you think it's too early to start dropping these surprises? Do you think that they should wait a little longer? What are your thoughts? Because I'm itching to get some sort of something that just pulls us back in. What's up, Laney? I'm itching to get something that just pulls us back in and gets that burn rate moving again. But I also know there's 68 days left. So what are we going to do? I don't want to, if I got 3 surprises along the way, then we're still pretty early to be dropping any of them. And I just don't know. Laney, we opened some packs earlier. We're going to open a couple more fantastic plastic because there is still one of one out there available, and I am trying to chase it and see what happens. So maybe we pull it tonight. There's 3 packs left. We're going to rip them here in a minute, but we'll see what happens and go from there. There's not a lot to update. That's why I wanted to go live earlier this week, but there wasn't a lot to say. Nothing really changing. The leaderboard is pretty stable. I know what we can do. We can go over and work my way back into the top 50 because I know we got to do that. but I definitely, I think sometimes something's coming soon, I think is what you're saying here. I do too, but again, with 68 days, maybe I'm just wishful at this point. Maybe they're going to wait till there's 45 or 50 days left or something like that. I don't really know. Let's go over here and get back into the top 50. So I will go back to here and burn. Well, actually, let's go back to the leaderboard real quick. Jump to my rank. So 176, I got 45.8. 150 is sitting at 48.8. So I need 3,000 and 3,010 points basically. 3,008 points. So now we're going to go back to burn some cards. We're going to enter arcade mode. We can start by burning the fantastic plastics that we just ripped. So there's that. There's 110 points. That'll get us a half a cup of really nothing. We'll go back down to series coins and sort them by A to Z. And we'll go through them, find some series coins to burn. So we'll do a big boy, we'll do a Batman, we'll do another DC. We'll go with a couple of Teen Titans. We'll go with the Dungeons and Dragons. Making sure I'm not missing any comments here. Let's see. We'll do a we'll do a April Fool's egg. I don't want to do any of those. We'll do some of these. So we'll do like 2 of the Hanna-Barbera from Series 2. Not doing those. We got some extra Jurassic Park. We'll do a couple of those. And we'll do a Looney Tunes. I think we still got enough My Little Pony. That's 3,000 almost. Nicktoons, we can burn one of those. Power Rangers, here we got retro. I'll go with one of those. Plenty of these. I could just do 3 or 4 of the Sid and Marty Krofft. Not doing Star Trek. Steven Universe, I could do one of those. Flintstones, I don't have enough Flintstones. Let's go ahead and burn a couple Flintstones. And I think that's going to be more than enough. So we'll convert those points. You're going to see that will put us at the rank of 140. So we'll go ahead and do it. And it puts us there. We'll go to the leaderboard now, and you'll see us in 140th position at 50,512 points. So there you go. That's what we got. We made it. Top 150 once again, and we'll see where that stands during the next update because it's always ever changing, right? So I think I got in the top 150 on the last live stream. I haven't done anything since then, and I've fallen down to 176th. I think that I'll probably hold it. I think I'll probably hold within the top 150 through the next live stream because, again, there's just not a lot of activity, not as much activity, and so we'll kind of see. I really like the 3rd season Freddy Monster. Do you think it'll require less arcade points? It's a great question. I think it will require. I think ultimately season 1 is going to require the most, and I think it'll get less from there. But I think that yeah, I think if that's the one you wanted, I just wouldn't burn any through season 1 or season 2 and wait. But the problem is that you might find at that point that you wait until season 3 that the value of the NFT goes up to the point where you don't then want to burn them. That's what I was caught up in the first place myself, was seeing the value of the NFTs go up. I was like, well, hell, if they're going up, I don't really want to burn anything. But I also realize that these are all, done and paid for through physicals that I've sold off or have or whatever. And I also know that I was buying most of these up at 1 and 2 cents and, a dollar at max. Even on Epics back in the day, they were fairly inexpensive. So most of the stuff that I have didn't cost me anywhere near what the value is today. And so if I burn them and then that makes the existing ones go up, I'm okay with it. I think that's where I'm at in my head with it. And I think it's going to be cool to try to finish in that top 333 so that we can get that physical for season one and end up trying to donate it to the 334th position if we can find them. If not, we'll sell it for charity and do it for our F Cancer this year. It is tough to burn a $12 grail. That's why you keep seeing me. I mean, it's hard to burn $1 and $2 series coins at this point. So when you get into those grails and things, it becomes a little bit more challenging. But again, most of those grails, I received the physical, I sold the physical, and I've already recouped all my money out of that. That NFT doesn't really have any financial bearing on me right now, other than what its value is, not what it cost me. If that makes any sense, I don't know. So that's where I'm at with it. But it is getting harder and harder to burn stuff. But by season 3, you're going to have a bunch of new sets that have rolled out of the redemption period, and all of those cards will also be available to burn, to collect the commons and the uncommons. I'm just really curious if they're going to make any changes in season 2 or 3 to the point system, or how, what carries what value. Will they continue with the same, these are worth this much, these are worth this much, whatever. I think that's going to be kind of fun to watch, because maybe they want a massive burn rate on commons. Maybe they want to whittle the commons down to, more manageable numbers, because there's just so many out there. So they make commons worth the most amount of points, and then suddenly it takes 7 million points to finish in the top 333. But it's really just because that's how much commons are. I don't know. I'll be anxious to see what they do, if they're going to focus in on the grails, mythics, grails, legendaries, ultras, epics to some degree. They're going to keep focused in on that, so that those are the ones that gain the most value, or if they're going to make some crazy hard push to do something to get a mass, or maybe just one of the surprises is like, hey, double point value on commons, and all of a sudden people just burn a ton of commons. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what their surprises that they come up with or drop. What surprises get dropped on us. It'll be fun. I mean, what do you guys want to see? What do you think some surprises they could do that would stimulate the market would be? Currently ranked, we just bought those up. So if I go here, you'll see I'm ranked 140th. So every time we do a live stream, if I fall out of the top 150, I always move myself back into the 150, and I try to stay there through this whole thing. If I can ultimately get that, physical, then we'll again, the idea and the goal is to donate that to the 334th position if we can figure out who it is. And if we can't, for whatever reason, then we will just auction it off and give the proceeds to the American Cancer Society for our F Cancer event, or whatever we decide to do this year. I don't know that we'll have an F Cancer event, but we're definitely going to still donate to American Cancer Society. So we'll figure that out as we go. I don't have any announcements on that, but that's where we're at, 140th. But I'd love to hear what anybody else thinks about what fun surprises they could throw at us. What could they come up with that would stimulate the market at this point? Get people back interested in burning, or if not burning, just buying. Even buying would be something that would be pretty cool, because obviously as more people buy, then the values go up as well. So I'd like to see some people come in and sweep out the floors. And when I say sweep out the floors, basically, Mark says I bet $1. Excellent. I'll put you on the board. When I say sweep the floors, basically if there's like 10 series coins that are at $1, and then the price jumps to $2. Then somebody comes in and buys up all 10 of the $1 ones, and now the floor price is $2. You guys probably know that, but I'm going to explain it just in case. But yeah, we need to do some floor sweeping, and we may do that on one of these lives. In some of these times when we're kind of waiting for something to happen, we may go do that. Bonus points to burn a specific card or rarity. See, I like that. That would be good to me as well. I think that would be pretty solid. You guys want me to open those other 3 packs? I mean, let's pull a 1-on-1, shall we? Let me go back over here and add this to the stage, and let's rip. Let her rip. All right, I got to find how to get there. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so we got pack 4996. Will this be the pack? Will this be the one? It's weird having a pack with only 3 cards. Come on, let's get it right here. Card number 1, Common Max Psych. Card number 2, I feel like I just saw this one. And card number 3, an Epic Auto. Okay. I'd be curious what Epic Auto is selling for, since I just burned Epics in this. Let me go back here and take a look. Epic Auto, lowest price $1. So that's a good, cheap Epic if you want to buy up some Epics to burn. That is an option right there. So let's get into pack 2314 and rip away. I can turn off the sound. It makes me crazy. All right, here we go. Can it be? Let's do it. Card number 1. That looks oddly familiar. Feel like I've seen that one before. Card number 2, Rare El Diablo. Very cool colors on that one. And then the third card, the Rare Psycho Shriner. Again, very cool. All right, last pack magic. Let's make it happen. Pack number 1647. Right here it is. Going to pull that 101, guys. You're going to see it here live right now. You'll be the first to see it. It's going to be exciting. Here it is. I thought for sure it was going to be Max Psych Common. But the Rockin' Ramen, that's a cool one. I do like the Rockin' Ramen. Next card is Freddy Devil Uncommon. Also a good color scheme. Love the red popping off the black and white there and gray. And the last card, our last shot at a 1 of 1 from this series. An uncommon Rockin' Ramen. That is the spicy noodles version right there. We didn't get it, but that's okay. That is okay. I didn't really honestly expect to pull the 101, so I'm not disappointed. I know. Damn. Would be fun. And don't get me wrong, that's probably not the last time I'll buy, $2 packs to try to pull a 101. So I was also thinking about maybe opening some other ones and maybe even some new sets and whatever. If they come out with anything, we can do some pack rolls on these lives or any number of things, or come up with some sort of community challenge or things. If anybody's buying them, we can do something. But I just watched a Twitch channel yesterday that had a really cool, fun kind of pack battle thing. But you guys know him. He's been in here in the chat, David Hutchison. He has a Twitch channel, and he goes live and does this stuff, and it's all part of the Digital Pop Kingdom and Discord, and it's kind of a cool thing to follow along. So if you guys are over on Twitch, go check out Pugwash2, Pugwash 2, the number, and follow along, because that's a cool, fun one to do. And then jump in those Discords if you're interested. Again, I am looking for Twisty from American Horror Story. If anybody knows where I could find Twisty, I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to be looking for it, because that is my Mount Rushmore of clown horror. And what, Mitchie? she's anyway. Um, yeah, so it's that is what I've got. I mean, there's really no updates to give you beyond that. So we're going to keep following along. If there's anything else anybody wants to see or talk about, go check out popandstock.com. Go check out um, go check out climbingmoon.com and look at those tools and resources because they're great. And play around with them. I mean, again, I do some deep dives into other people's wallets for the reasons of I'm looking for a low mint number or I'm looking for a specific card or set or whatever. And so there's a lot of that. There's reasons why you would do that. Or if you're in a trade situation, you want to go look at someone's wallet. These all give you access to that. So does Atomic Hub. But there's a lot of really good information on Pop and Stock and Climbing Moon's site. So go check those out. And there's a link to Climbing Moon on the Pop and Stock. So definitely follow along on that. All right. Anything else for the night? I don't know because there's just not any updates. We'll go check it one more time. It'll probably be relatively quiet until the last week or the surprises. I'm hoping they drop a surprise on us because it gets harder. It's like I got to find things to talk about. The top five are the same top five. We'll move up into the 150 spot. We didn't really drop very far from last week. And then what? We talked about how many NFTs were burned. It has definitely slowed down, but there's still some traction. I mean, 1.4 million, over 1.4 million being burned at this point is, I mean, that's great. And we all see the values of what we have in our wallets going up to whatever degree. And I mean, it's not astronomical, but it's definitely something at this point. And I'll take every bit of it that we can. So yeah, I think the last days are going to be absolutely nuts. I think that people are going to find themselves in a situation where they're scrambling last minute and, you know, the site could go down or things could happen. I mean, I know on day one when I tried to do some stuff, it booted me out a couple times and I had to re-log in and then it was just in the mass hysteria of day one. I had to wait and then I was able to go in later and do whatever I wanted. But if that happens again on the last day, there's going to be people that miss out. I think there will be some. I'm being real curious of what the big players do if they jump in last minute and run the leaderboard up, or if they're going to sit this one out and just watch the values and see what happens. But I could see a lot of big players getting involved last minute just to increase the burn rate as well. Because if they jump in and they raise the 333 floor, then people are going to go out and start buying stuff last minute and trying to get back into that 333 spot. And so I think there'll be a lot of chaos that day. And I think it'll be great to watch. In fact, I will, without checking my schedule, commit to live streaming on the final day, even though I don't know when it is or what day of the week it is or whether I'm working that day. I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to go live on the final day at some point and we'll talk about it. Take some vacation time, Mitchie. No, I'll take a sick day. Can they have more than one account to try for multiple pops? So actually, Mitchie asked me this question as well. And the answer is they can definitely have more than one wallet. They can definitely compete with more than one wallet. They can get multiple redemption tokens. And I don't think there's been any reason to not have multiple coming to the same residential location or shipping location. So I think the answer is yes. I mean, if you had three wallets, if I wanted to divide my stuff up between three wallets and go after three of them, I don't think there's anything stopping us from doing that. Mitchie has a wallet. She could burn everything she has and get in on this. And then I would as well. And we could both win one, but we both share an address. So I don't think there's any reason you wouldn't be able to do that. What, Mitchie? She says she's got enough wallets. You don't want queenmitchie.dp? There's nothing in it. I already cleaned it out. My only other wallet is has all of my which I could show you that if you guys want to see it. Let's look at that real quick. Share screen, Chrome tab, drop inventory, share, and I'll add it to the screen. So this is my other Droppp wallet, tkmqiu.dp, and this has all of the April Fool Series 3 in it. So right now, if you look at the catalog, I got 2 Grails, 5 Legendaries, 2 Royalty sets, and then you guys know that you can toggle this over to catalog, and then it'll show you, you have 2 of these, 4 of the damaged boxes, 1 of the sandwiches. You can see the values too. The Grail's going for $80 right now. The legendary damage box is going for 21, 14 on the sandwich. So I see big hitters doing that, Mark. I agree. I agree. And then I only have 3 of these series coins, despite anyway. And then it goes through. It tells you exactly how many of everything you have. So pretty cool. I like the way Dropp's set up. There's a couple of features I'd like to see changed or added or done differently, but I am patient and know that they're working on it constantly. So yes, Mitchie. It looks exactly like this. It's Freddy Funko as the Droppp monster. And then those 3 series, and all 3 series have different colors. I'll show them to you on the screen. How about that? How about that? Let's go over here. I will go to the arcade. No. All right, Mitchie, here's what we got. View all prizes. So season 1 is the purple and green. 333 pieces. Then season 2 is the blue and orange, which is pretty solid in my opinion. And season 3 is the green and pink, which I probably like the most. What's that? No, they are not flocked. Mitchie does not. Mitchie has an aversion to flocked things. So she doesn't like flocked. It is not flocked. But yeah, I could see some heavy hitters doing that. I could absolutely. Coming in last minute. I mean, again, we've talked about it. Do we think that? Yes, it's limited to 333 pieces. They're the only. It's blacklight, apparently. It appears to be blacklight. We talked about it before, where if they can somehow get the 333 spot floor to be 100,000, then and people are chasing that, there would be massive buying and burning happening for anybody who was dedicated to getting that and getting into that top 333. But it also could spike to 100,000 pretty quick. And if it did that, then it might just get some people to just stop. And so there's got to be some technique to it. We got to figure out how to navigate it so that people stay engaged, people stay purchasing, people stay burning and doing the whole thing to stay in that. But if we just had, which there's not 333 whales out there, I don't think, but if we just had a huge group of people go in and all in and raise the floor to 100,000 within a couple of days, then a lot of people would probably just call it for this season and wait for next. So it'll be interesting. There's a lot of strategy, a lot of strategery going on behind the scenes. I know I have mine, and I know kind of what long game I'm playing, and we'll see how it all works out for me. Hopefully not in the 334th position. You got to figure a solid 1/3 of the final 333 are waiting. I agree. And I hope that 1/3 of those people that are waiting are not going to be out of contention at the point we get there. So if they have a wallet that has 50,000 points and the floor becomes 70, then that person who was waiting will no longer burn any of that or all of that because it wouldn't get them there anyway. So is Droppp doing this solely for interest, or are they making money when people burn? So they don't make any money with people burning. They do. So one interest, I think their primary goal is re-energizing the NFT space. They do have a financial gain to be made in the buying and selling on Droppp, because they take a commission of every purchase. So when you're buying stuff, they get their small percentage, and so the more people buy, the more the more money they make. So encouraging people to participate and burn, which means you have to have the cards to burn. So they go out onto the market, they buy up all this stuff, and then they burn it, and so they're making money that way. And they're making money by driving the value of the NFTs up, so that next time that NFT that was 10 cents is now 50 cents. When it sells, then their percentage is the same. The percentage is the same, but the value of that percentage is a little bit more. So there's a monetary value in it as well. But really, it's just, I think, a driving force to get people back engaged in the NFT space. What's that, Mitchie? I have no idea what your Droppp password is. And Johnny says maybe even half. I'm not going to disagree. It could be half. I mean, it could be more than that, if we're really being honest. I mean, what we've got so far is just the day oneers, and that's a small percentage. That's just people who just jumped in to make a statement and set the tone, right? We had the big dogs go up big to get into those 1, 2, and 3 positions to establish them. There's still some room to compete within that space, but they made the statement of, here's where we're, this is the level we're going to, and encouraging people to follow along. And so we just need something to stimulate it again, because we had a fast burn rate to 1 million. I think we did that within 2 or 3 days, got to 1 million burn. And now we're sitting at 1.4, a little over 1.4, but less than 1.5. And we just need something to kind of kick it in the tail, get it moving again, see what happens. Yeah, Mitchie's under the impression that nothing's going to happen until the end. I don't disagree with you, except I don't know what the surprises are. No, because I don't know what the surprises are. So if the surprise comes out that, like somebody said earlier, burn this one specific card and we'll give you double points, or burn commons, we'll give you double points, or burn whatever, then people might get back engaged. Or if they do something like, hey, for the next, I don't know what they would do, but drop some special NFT or something that people can add to their wallets. Things like that. There could be a number of things that they drop that are going to be surprises along the way that'll stimulate this whole market. But until then, we'll just keep coming live and talking about it and updating what we can. There's just not a lot to go on right now, but we will keep after it. And anybody has any thoughts or any comments that they want to share outside of this space, the live, be sure to message me over on Instagram at LSAPC, or you can send me an email, or you can Insta, Twitter, Snaptagram, whatever social medias we have. I don't even know, but Instagram is an easy one. Commenting in the video itself, or let's start a pop collection at gmail.com. You can email, and Discord. Go over to Discord, Jeremy LSAPC on Discord. So, Mitch, you can just ask me your questions. You don't have to send them to me. But if you could put them in writing, it would be helpful, so I can get my secret decoder ring out and work on the solution. The last day is in, wait for it, Last day is in 68 days, 6 hours, and 59 minutes. I don't know. Last day is season closes June 17th. June 17th. That's a Tuesday, which makes perfect sense for NFTs and Droppp. I will be sick that day, so I will be working from home. No, I don't know. But I will definitely be covering it probably in the evening after work, and we'll go over all that stuff and go live that day. But that will be fun to do. So anyway, I don't know what else I've got. I showed you the pop and stock tracker. Go check out that. Show it some love. Go check out the why do I keep forgetting the name of it? Climbing Moon tool as well. Go check that out. And then keep following the Droppp Arcade and following us here. So more updates and lives coming soon. If anything happens, anything drops, any announcements are made, any changes to the leaderboard, I will go live. We'll follow it, track it, and I'll keep you posted on whether or not I can find my third of the 3 clown Mount Rushmore. I'll let you know. So anyway, that's all I got. I appreciate all of you guys being here. I know that you probably have things going on in your life and you chose to spend some time with me. So I appreciate that more than I can express. I do want to spend my time with you. You're right. No, I mean with you, as in you, the viewers, you out there in YouTube land and my friends. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'll look forward to the next live, probably beginning of the week, maybe this weekend. I don't know, but we're going to do it. And that's all I know. So until next time, we will see you in the next one. Yeah, we will. Have a good night, guys.